your worldview that you dropped down, I think, to second place at a certain
Yeah, it was
point?
like second or third.
Yeah, no. Yeah, so my chat
Hello. My first stream ever. I need to turn down my monitoring. Holy crap. That delay is too real. Hello. Looks like I have maybe one follower. That's better than I expected. I'll take it. So anyway, the plan for today, I got a print going right now. You can check him out right there. Let's see. That is, if you probably doesn't take too much of an imagination, but it is the second half to the Millennium Falcon I'm printing right now. Let's see, put it back to, this is the other half right here. Probably got another 6-7 hours on it. That's kind of one of the main problems with 3D printing. It takes forever. They can never figure that out. I feel like it might become a household option. Anyway, so the plan for today, really, I'm gonna take some old household designs that I've done before, try to redo them, make them a little bit better. So the main one I got right now, I made a little paper towel holder. Let's switch it over to this right here. This is part of it. So this is an arm that hangs down. There'd be two of these on either side of the paper towel holder. And it's two pieces. So the second piece is this. And this actually slots right in here and allows it to flip up and down. So the goal is actually, you'd have like two of them, one here and one here, and then you could flip the paper towel roll in there and you could just pop it up to pull it out and pop another one back in. And this is what the completed piece looks like right here. So here you see there's the flipper. And you would just pop one end in, it drop in the middle of the paper towel roll, and you could pop it back out. It worked all right. There were a couple issues with it. So the main thing is if you pushed up too far, flipper gets stuck and won't come out. So I want to fix that. And other than that, it's kind of bulky. It kind of took a long print, and the tolerances on this are like really tight. So it's really hard to get that piece back out if you ever needed to. So anyway, let's just get going on that. Go back. All right, so let's start with a new arm. And this is Fusion 360, by the way, if anyone is interested. Fusion 360 is it's professional CAD software. You can get it for hobby design for free. It's called a hobbyist license. You can look it up. Just type in Fusion 360 for hobbyists. You'll have to follow some links to get it unlocked for free, but as long as you're not making like real money off of it, then they won't charge you anything to use the software. They do have more specifics in the contract when like you get the software. I can't remember what it was. It was something like if you make more than $2,000 or something in a year, then they consider you using this as a professional, and therefore you'd have to pay for the licenses. And they're not cheap. But it's pretty dope that they're like allowing just hobbyists to actually just use it. So yeah. Basically, any CAD software, what you're going to start with a sketch. So right here, we're going to click sketch. We're going to pick a plane that we want to sketch onto. So I'm just going to pick this plane right here. So the idea I had to redo this is kind of like thinking like get rid of one of these sides entirely and then just have a piece that comes out that this flipper can just snap into, and then we'll redesign the flipper to make it a little bit weightier in the front, and then add a stop somewhere up here so that the flipper can't go all the way up, and so therefore the weight will force it to drop back down. So let's just start with like a circle down at the bottom here, because we're gonna make a peg. The other thing, just to mention, all the dimensions I'm gonna be using are gonna be millimeters. STL files are natively in millimeter. So when I go to slice this or put it into my slicer, and we'll talk about that a little bit later, but when I go to put it in my slicer, it's going to default to millimeter settings. So that way I know all my dimensions are gonna be right. So I'm gonna grab my calipers and I'm gonna do some measurements on my original piece here. We're not gonna vary too far, so it looks like it has 30 millimeter diameter at the bottom. So we'll do a 30. Then to make it easy, we'll do a line there and there. Oop. Just kind of go until it looks about right. We'll do 80 on that. All right, and then we need to build this little foot piece here. So I'll just take another rectangle, push him out there. We'll do another 80 there and 15. Actually, let's make this guy smaller. And I'll show you why I want to do that here in a second. I'm going to make this guy taller. So 100. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this tool right here. It's going to create a round right in the middle here. So that, and we can set that to whatever we want. 20. 20 is not bad. Let's see what 30 looks like. 30 is kind of a lot. Actually, let's go with 30. And then I'm going to increase this to 10. Too much. 8. That's looking pretty good. Okay. And makes it a little taller. I think my original piece, let's see how big I did on the original piece. Okay, 140 is what I did on the original piece. Do 130. That's looking pretty good. Okay, so we're gonna finish that sketch, and then right now it's just one dimensional. So in order to make it two dimensional, also this looks a little funny. Sorry, I just want to make sure that there wasn't. Sometimes the software will be off just by a little bit if you didn't line up your points, and there will be a gap, and that will mess up when you make this into a three-dimensional object. But it looks pretty good. So in order to make it a three-dimensional option, you have to use a tool called the extrusion tool. Well, it's called a press pull tool in here. But you'll select the pieces that you want to elongate, I guess, or push, pull, extrude, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to click this. I'm going to change my angle a little bit. So you can see this arrow. The arrow, you can either drag it, but it's telling you what direction it's moving. So if I type in any number, it's going to move it however distance in millimeters I pick in that direction. So 5 millimeters. 5 millimeters, and typically when I'm 3D printing, is about as thin as I want to go for like a functional piece. Unless I have a specific reason I want to go thinner. Usually it makes a pretty decently strong piece at 5 millimeters. You probably could go a little bit less or a little bit more depending on what you like. So I'm just gonna stick with 5 on that. So there, that's not too bad. And now I'm gonna make that little peg. So I'm gonna do another sketch. And then what I want to do is, to make it easier, okay, so look, see, there's an issue there that I had. So let's actually go back and fix that. Delete this sketch because we don't need it. So if you see here, that was one of my issues. So we can, if you click D on the keyboard, you can select the dimensions you want. So if I change that to 30, yep, there we go. So now it's lined up correctly because it's a 30 diameter circle. All right, that's looking way better. Okay. Now we're gonna go back to sketch. So if you project, hit P on the keyboard, it's gonna pop up this, and you can select any edges that you want to project. So it's gonna basically make it, once I click project, now I can lock my sketches onto any of these pieces here if I need to, or use them as a reference. So the main reason I did it is because I wanted this point as a reference here. So we do a circle. Once again, oh great, I can't get into this piece. Like I said, it won't pop out. What I will do, let's just give it a number 12. We can go to our original flipper and we can measure. So we did 16.4 diameter. I think I gave it the extra 0.4 just so it'd clear. So I probably did a 16 millimeter peg, if you will. Do that again, 16. Yeah, that'd be fine. We're gonna extrude that. And let's go with 20. All right, now we need, so since we're not going to have a piece going this way to hold our flipper down, we're going to need like a pegged end so that it'll snap in there. So I'm going to go with another, let's draw, sketch, project. Another circle. We're just gonna make it a little bit bigger. So we did 16. Just do 17. And we're going to extrude that. Let's do 5. Cool. All right, so what I'm doing right here, I'm gonna put a cut right down the middle so that when we put our flipper in, it'll have some flex and it'll allow it to snap in. So let's do another project. And those two objects there. We don't have to go all the way down. So that line, I'm gonna redo. I'm doing a line here just as a reference. So now we're gonna do a cut. So if you notice, it won't let me select. I'm sure there's a smarter way to body. And then I can select the pieces. Then I can turn body back on. And then to cut, it's the same tool. It's this extrude tool. Oh, I used the wrong. Ooh boy. Okay, we might need to go back. We want to cut, and we want 2 sides. There you go. Now we have a cut in our piece there. And let's go ahead and make this a little bit. We need an angle on it so that our flipper will be able to snap over it pretty easily. So we can either do, let's do a chamfer. Let's give it. That looks pretty good. Actually, we're gonna go. The reason for that is when this prints, this is going to be what's on the bottom, and when it prints, it's going to create layers, so layer lines. So which might be a problem. I'm just thinking, so it's going to be weakest all along or perpendicular to the layer, so that's where it's most likely going to snap. We might have an issue. If these flex too much, it's going to want to snap these pegs. I think I'm going to risk it because I don't think it's going to be that big of a problem for us. Because it's not going to be flexing that much. Yeah. But anyway, so the other thing about the printing process is that it starts here and then it goes up. So when you have a sharp angle like this coming straight out, there's nothing below it for it to put the hot plastic on, so it's just going to melt off the edges. So one way to try to mitigate that is to create an angle. So I'm going to select both of these and then do the same thing. A chamfer, we're going to do 1 millimeter. Uh-oh. So now it's not as drastic of a drop off, and it'll probably overlap as it goes up. Anyway, it'll look a lot cleaner when we're done. That piece is done. All right, so now we're gonna need a way to attach this to like the bottom of a shelf. So I'm gonna do a piece that's like perpendicular, it comes up like that. Sketch, project, okay. Like it. Okay. Let me draw some holes in here so we can mount it to the ceiling, or not ceiling, but the shelf. We did 25, 12.5, should be half of that. Oh, but it's actually 30.
Je serai le président de tous les Français.
Diameter was 16.
didn't have that strong peak. He had to left side. He had to go across his body.
This is too much.
You know, I spotted some tracks earlier, close to where you're at right now. I'll send the coordinates.
game is unplayable. Jesus.
She came home.
Carlyle's lost an empire. You fall hard enough, you tend to be reminded of what truly matters. So, the end of the line. You ready for this?
Are you? Who will you be, without a score to settle?
I guess the world's most wanted fugitive will have to do.
Alexa Carlyle is dead. According to the funeral invitation, that is. So naturally, it caused quite a stir when the late matriarch turned up at the breakfast table, alive and kicking. Carlyle, wisely sensing that her number is up, has emerged from exile to tie up loose ends and secure the Carlyle legacy. She may be a monster, but you have to admire her due diligence. Carlyle descends from an ancient line of warrior aristocrats. Her great-grandfather made a killing in the Second Opium War and established an empire in shipping, railroads, and newspaper publishing. While largely unknown to the public, the family still asserts its quiet dominance over global transport and logistics, media, and technology. Most senior of the partners, Alexa Carlyle, is cold as ice, tough as nails,
She's as
and
cold
sharp
as
a
ice.
razor. Incidentally, It was her late father who first brought the three families together after the end of World War II at this very house, meaning that this gentleman is the birthplace of Providence.
It began here, and it ends here. Talk about poetic.
One more thing. According to our intel, Carlyle keeps a case file on the Constant. Information that may be helpful in his recapture, so don't leave the estate without it.
Right. Happy hunting, 47. See you on the other side.
Oh, that was just a briefing. What? Play. Difficulty. Professional. Let's go.
Thornbridge Manor. The Carlyle family's home for countless generations. The Revenant Alexa Carlyle and her 3 adult children, younger brother Zachary, grandson and daughter-in-law, arriving this morning. But his purpose...
Yep. Alright, what do I got? What do I got?
Phineas Whitmer, private investigator. I have an appointment.
The famous private investigator, hired by Madame Carlyle this morning. I'm curious why he's here. Maybe you should do some detecting yourself, 47.
Yeah, keep it real.
Sir, I will have to check you if you want to pass, okay?
Nope.
Oh, by the way, I told Kate about those texts.
What did she say?
Well, I thought she'd be mad at me, but she just thanked me. Said she understood the position I was in. We had a really good talk about it, actually.
Oh, what did I tell you? She's a sensible woman. And that stuff from your ex was like manipulation 101.
I know. I guess I thought she was gonna read into them and freak out. And say I must have done something to provoke her.
Shit, man. Caroline really did a number on you.
On top of everything, Rosie thinks she's in love with young Patrick. I mean, that's a breaking heart happening if I ever saw one.
Life can be tough sometimes.
And that detective asked to come here. Madame Carlyle must believe Zachary was murdered. Why else ask him to snoop around? I'm keeping my knees from all the tension here.
Don't worry, I'm sure everything will settle down soon.
Do I know you? I don't know you.
Are you kidding me? What's wrong with this shit pouch? I would give it up right away if I were you. This is... Last time to drop the weapon. I could listen all day. He pours emotion into that instrument.
You have a way with words, Dan.
I actually... Yeah, nice.
Body found.
Please be quick about it, okay? Can't go without my button now, can I? I'll have a look. You know I'm good for it. I'm a Carlisle. I'm made of money. Just lean back and enjoy it. Good. Meanwhile, you're not dead.
That is Alexa Carlisle, unofficial leader of the Provenance Partners, and last one to be alive.
What the fuck?
That's Madame Carlisle taken care of. Time to get the file on Arthur Edwards.
Okay.
Did the portrait photographer check out? You verified his identity?
Everything's in order.
Okay.
Sir. Sorry, sir, not coming through here. Move away, right now, thanks.
What a pigsty.
Morgan, Yates, and Cohn. I need to get a listing of asset transfers from the Carlisle account HTC quote number 5085.
Just don't look up.
Yes, I'm still here. It doesn't exist. What do you mean it doesn't exist? Right. I'll double check and get back to you. It's all gone. And I haven't been written.
What? Oh my lord, what happened to you? I'll get you some help, okay? Oh my god, no way! Someone! Help! Help!
Please.
Man, who's it going? What is it? Someone's making trouble. Possibly high
Yes,
on
I'm
drugs.
in England now. It's all gone. Ron and I haven't been briefed about shit. What the fuck do I say to Carlisle?